can drown my sorrows, but I love that bitter taste. So I'm addicted to you. Visions of you. Come closer, 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 closer. Come closer, 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 closer. Visions of you. Intoxicated, I'm a waste. Hoping I can drown the sorrows, but I love that bitter hoping that I'll make it tomorrow, but right now I can't feel my face. I'm intoxicated, I'm a waste. Hoping I can drown my sorrow, but I love that bitter taste. Visions of you. Come closer. Half past 9 and I can't see straight. I'm hoping that I'll make it tomorrow, but right now I can't feel my face. I'm intoxicated, I'm a waste. Hoping I can drown the sorrows, but I love that bitter taste. Visions of you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Cashum MT, and I'm going to be your commentator for tonight's match. We've got ourselves the debut to Season 46 of ESEA Main between Kaos and RedLiners here. Both rosters will certainly want to start it off with a win, but only one of these teams can do so. Who's it going to be? So, Kaos, they are no strangers to the main division, having played multiple seasons in this division of it. From what I saw on their roster, Kaos has gone through a little bit of a roster shuffle here, so I'm stoked to see this new iteration of the team. RedLiners on the flip side, who I am not too familiar with, but they have qualified into ESEA Main, so I'm sure they're going to be a formidable foe for Kaos here this evening. But with that being said, it's pretty tough to predict who's going to be the favorite here in a best of one with all this data presented. But with it being a new game, an MR12 format, surely it's anybody's match here. Only time's going to tell who's going to come out on top. But while we connect into the server, I'm going to throw us to a quick pause. Hang tight, guys.
know I said yes. Just
Oh man, you need some headphones, bro.
you know I said yes.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Vertigo is what they've decided to debut this season. It's gonna happen on this map here. So to recap, we just had a knife round. And actually, a little bit of suspense being built up. An immediate timeout being called in. So false alarm, you're gonna have to wait another 30 seconds. Kaos, though, did come out on top in the knife round. So they did decide on starting the CT side. A bit more powerful of a place to start on a map like Vertigo. And oh no, we got a player disconnecting over on the T side. Some technical issues. Hopefully nothing too serious. But we'll see if they get it here, and I think they have. I'm actually going to throw us back to a pause. Sorry to debate you there, but hopefully won't be too much longer. Hang tight, guys.
You know I said yes.
Oh man, you need some headphones, bro.
You know I said yes. You know I said yes.
And take two here. We're unpaused. We're live as round number 1 looks to commence. CS2, new game here. New half format. Wonder if that'll dictate the pace of this game. Wasting no time on this T side. RedLiners are going to be pushing down mid. Mega Geese, though, to take the first point of contact. There's a triple stack here from Kaos, as they have read this perfectly. And with that man advantage, you see the T's. You see the CTs just split up as they look to prioritize and hold these bomb sites. Over on RedLiners, they're trying to group up here and hit a bomb site. And sorry in advance here with the flipping all around here. There is no auto director in CS2. So we're going full manual. So there's my pre-excuse out the way. Back into the game. We've got these T's crab walking their way up towards ramp. Contacts made. And with 60 seconds on the clock, they're practically committed. Bombs being shown here. Pause. Able to find Jackson. As that does give a kill back. A 4 versus 4 now as radio silence across the board. And you can see this bomb immediately already starting to hightail it. Perhaps, though, taking a bit too long as Pat's going to find a headshot and Mega Geese for the back of beat. Gets another. And I think Kaos knows exactly what's coming, but with pause, still getting another kill on the opposite side of the map. This could be doable in a 2 versus 3. Bomb gonna be planted on B. It's been all a ruse here, but a temporary 3 versus 1. And the CTs, they know it, but just like that, they take out the lurking man and the bomb planter. As this round number 1 is gonna go the way of the CT side. And this is also big from what I've seen from these 12-round halves. Getting the pistol round victory and starting off strong is about half the battle nowadays. If you give your opponent a nice early lead, it's a lot harder to come back from it. And we'll see if this pays into Kaos's favor going into the early stages of this game. Thankfully, though, RedLiners were able to get the bomb planted, which means that this second round is going to be a force buy from them. Both teams just kind of spread, at least for the meantime. Neither one really wanting to take contact until pause. He's the man to do it. The starting frag, as he drops one of these CTs, and creates a man advantage. And Kaos, not really sure what they want to do. If they want to gamble stack towards a site, or just keep holding with what they're doing. You see Mega Geese here kind of floating in between A and mid. Heads back towards mid as him and Wild for Flower look to try and get some information on where these T's are going. But they've got to hurry this up. If you look over towards the A ramp, they're already executing. And with no CTs here, this could be a problem. Actually, Jackson, the last line of defense as this game gets incredibly loud all of a sudden. Go Shadow and able to take down Jackson. There's another frag coming back from the T side. Mega Geese, though, to try and save the day with a singular there. With just one kill coming in the 2 versus 5, I just don't think it's going to be enough here. As these 2 remaining players look to save their rifles. And bouncing back as soon as possible, the T side is going to pick up this second round force buy. And trying to hunt these 2 players, they've got to get out of the radius of this bomb blast. With CS2, it is drastically increased, and Wild for Flower actually playing for some exits underneath A. We'll find 2 players running his way. This will keep the money quite in check here for RedLiners, but at the end of the day, it is still their round. Tied up at 1-all. And this CT side is thinking about if they want to force buy these remaining 3 players. Remember, 2 of them did bring their guns out. It's not going to take everyone to purchase into it to get that full buyout. And they're going to have to make do with what they got. A few rifles, a FAMAS, a 5.7. As RedLiners have a firepower advantage going into the start of this round. Defaulting it up as they work the bomb site. Early control of the B stairs here. Sorry, let's tweak that audio. I don't know what's going on with CS2. Feels like we're in a beta of this game. But hey, we're making do with what we got. And pause as I'm blabbering away. Again, another starting frag for his squad as he's been the player to watch. Double on top of it as he is just keeping the pressure up on this B bomb site. Trying to run for his life as he can't quite get away. JMO is going to avenge his 2 teammates. And with Wild for Flower getting another kill here. Perhaps this 2 versus 3 could be winnable. But time is of the essence. As the bomb has been planted over towards A. And with neither one of these CTs really having a defuse kit, it's going to take a full 10 seconds to take care of that bomb. And that is just way too long. So they just have to cut their losses and tuck tail and save. And RedLiners, sure, they dropped that pistol round. But with them picking up the round number 2 and 3, it's practically like it didn't even happen. It's really on to Kaos now to stabilize their economy, to try and fight back to this RedLiner early game momentum. But thankfully, the 2 CTs do make their way out. No hunting T's able to find them in those final moments. I just don't think there's quite enough cash in the pockets for the other 3 to buy this time. Last time, it was a little bit different of a context. But anytime a CT saves rifles like this, especially AK-47s, there's always a possibility that they could find some damage to their opponents. RedLiners, they've got to be a little bit cautious as they proceed around the map here. But with them instantly dropping Wild for Flower, it's like I jinxed them there. As that AK-47 on the CT side. Gets no damage. JMO next up to bat. Kind of tucked in a position where the other rifler was. But with him peeking in and pulling the trigger a little bit too early here, the ruse is up. The T's know where this other armed player is. But Ghost Shadow takes a moment to clear out his left-hand side, and JMO peeks in that second as he drops him. But practically gonna need an ace from him as the B bomb site lost. No other teammates alive to hang on to this part of the map. This seems to be a common trend here on the RedLiners T side play. They play it cool, calm, and collected at the start of a round as they keep all options open. They try and get a pick, and then they work the bomb site, some Counter-Strike 101, and why not, as it's been working pretty well for them. And once again, 2 players left standing as they try to hang on to these AKs once more. You know, if you're not going to be picking up rounds, the next best thing is to be keeping players alive, and with 2 players surviving back-to-back rounds, Kaos have saved themselves 6 purchases over the long run. Ooh, Pat, here's the player on the ladder, says hello, as he just drops back down. They were just saying hi to one another, I guess. They didn't really want to battle. He says, yep, he's at the top of the ladder. I don't want any of that. And oh my, is Kaos thinking about going for a double save? Their money is kind of on the brink with the other 3 on getting a full buy with Kevlar and their rifle. But of course, good. They are not going to be double ecoing here. There's no time to do that in this MR12 format. They take some time to call a tactical timeout as they calculate what they can afford. And for the first time in this match, Wildflower is going to have the funds for an AWP. We'll see if this could be the difference maker in the defense that Kaos needed. With that, no further ado here, as the timeout does come to a close. Wildflower actually has a pretty solid spawn. Puts his running shoes on as he heads over towards the A ramp. Gets a fast peek in, doesn't quite spot out anything. That's because over towards B, a rush is coming through. And Pat, he holds steady, takes down the first man as JMO does get one behind him. But with Live Life and Flags, getting these trades, it's an equal 3 versus 3. Jackson able to deal with this mid lurk, because that is a big part of the post plant. And now these 2 men are gonna have to hang on to the B bomb site. And a big decision to make. Do they push forward or do they hold? And hold they will. A great shot onto Jackson falling off the Raptors. And this calls for the flank to come through. But time starting to run out as an audio cue made. Wildflower taken up. But it's for Mega Geese to come in from the flank, and just in the nick of time, 1 second to spare. He's going to get this defused through. And right, unless, ooh, I'm not scared, you're scared. All calculated as Mega Geese has a handle on it. And a much needed 1 versus 2 to keep this scoreline competitive instead of it being 4-1 in RedLiners' favor. It's gonna stay neck and neck at 2-3. Not quite too much time to celebrate yet for Kaos, as they only had 1 player survive from that previous victory, which means their round loss bonus has been reset, and 4 other players have to rebuy. So if RedLiners pick up this next round, it might be worth multiple. I'm sure they'll cross that bridge when they get to it. Certainly a good spot to be anytime when the CTs have their rifles out. Just some standard Vertigo setup coming through. A 2-1-2. 1 player playing over at the back towards mid, while 2 players per bomb site. While Flower is trying to put his op to work, but the swing for Live for Life is just going to prove to be too powerful there. And Kaos gonna have to work from behind now if they want to tie this game. Mid-man shuffles over towards A as he boosts up Jackson. This is temporarily weakened this point of the map. Thankfully so. RedLiners are not all too interested in splitting this B bomb site. Pretty much all hands on deck at the bottom of ramp, and the execute lined up. They look to pour in. JMO, first kill, second and third as Pat shuts down the fourth. And just like that, blink it and you miss it, and the round's over. 4 kills out of these B defenders. A 1 versus 4 from Flags, as if you can get a kill or two, there's still some damage to be said onto this T side. But with his hands on a big green sniper, he'd rather just cut his losses and save himself. It's been pretty funky. We've had just about 1 to 2 players saving at the end of every single round for both sides. And this time it's Flags to play Operation Survival. As Kaos not really hunting too aggressively, because like I was referring to, their money not quite too established, as they'd rather just keep all 4 players alive. But off the back of those heroics on the B side of the map, they're able to tie this game up. And that was from a 4 versus 5. A big turning point for Kaos, as they may have broke the bank of their opponents. And as you can see, with this AWP being saved, he's got $0 behind it on a different money level than his 4 opponents. This is going to keep the T side in a doozy, unless Flags practically pull off an ace. Getting boosted up at the bottom of a ramp is Jackson. He's got to be careful not to jump into this. Spamming away, no reason to jump spot as Mega Geese is close range. I didn't even quite know that you could get onto this, but Flags, he's got a crazy angle, but Jackson, he's clearing it. Legged up as Wild for Flower. No way he hits that. A jump peek from Live Life. Well, he's gonna lose his head. And a man advantage now, as Wild for Flower reaps the benefits. What he just put this team through, and Pat crunching through the lower B bomb site, flanks behind 2 players and gets a double, as this round looks like it's gonna come tumbling down. JMO tags him up, swings backs in and bags him. There's 4 players left standing once more for this CT side. Great shot out of Wild for Flower in that last one. That was not easy. We barely caught it too. An upward flick. Very challenging on a big green. You can see over on this T side 4 AK-47s and a Desert Eagle. There's that one man who saved that AWP a couple of rounds ago. He's feeling the effects of it. And Pat, he's gonna fall victim to pause once again. As this first kill favors the T side going into this round. Wild for Flower, looking for a trade back, doesn't quite spot out anything. Has no immediate commit in towards this B-bomb site. Using that new CS2 mechanic, where it blows out the smoke. Wild for Flower gets another look ski in, but still not really seeing anything. RedLiners have been awfully tricky in this round. They even throw more utility towards B. And this has really given the CT side a false sense of security towards the B side of the map. That's Wild for Flower. Jackson left to solo it. And it might be for good measure. It's maybe overthinking it. 2 kills given in response to the CT side. Sure. 1 kill's given back, but your man advantage has been lost for RedLiners. Equal 3 versus 3, where they look to press the issue on towards A, and Wild for Flower peering over this smoke finds the angle on the pause. 25 seconds, they've got the plant. Thankfully Flags does make his way to default. Punches in the digits, Flags comes off of it and gets a frag, 2 even. A 1 versus 1 where Wild for Flower misses the first. But still, he's locked on the site. He can do this. He knows right where he is. And Flags not wanting to peek until he has to. A missed second shot there as Flags able to pull off a much needed 3-piece for his squad. And oh my god, what a razor thin close game we have seen here. Both teams just trading round after round. And it feels like a lot of these rounds that the teams are winning. It's off the back of just 1 or 2 players surviving. As they're fighting one another in this debut to Season 46. And the AWP in CS2, maybe in CSGO Wild for Flower, hits that shot. From the CS2 I've played, the AWP feels a little bit random at times. It felt like his first shot was on him. I don't know about the second one there, as we'll just never know. But enough talk about the past. Let's focus on the future, because JMO has gotten real aggressive down towards B. First man dropped, and he gets away with his life. Deploys a smoke as Pause really hunting for him. He knows that JMO is contained to this side of the map, this side of the ramp. But he can't really force the issue as the smoke wall is there. And Wild for Flower gonna arrive for support because of this. The timing is absolutely beautiful. And JMO does take that contact, but now Pause stuck on this left-hand side as what a great sequence from this CT side to lock Pause into a one and done. And Pat is gonna get his frag over towards mid. As everything is just going swimmingly in this round. 40 seconds, 4 players in front of him. Flags has a tough job ahead of him. He's at least got the bomb on his back and a great pre-aim on towards default. Finds Wild for Flower, trying to play an off angle. Utility dump. Try and plant this bomb, faked out as Mega Geese already inside, close on this wall as Flags doesn't expect that one. And no extra bomb plant money for this T side. That is massive that Kaos was able to deny this, as it will affect their bye going into round number 10. And Kaos, sure, it's been a bumpy road, but they're up by 1 here. On top of that, feels like they're going to be up by 2 as in a full eco from this T side and a B rush as Pat will allow them out. Hot throwing utility as it's just going to be a brawl. JMO and Pat, 1 and 2 as Ghost Shadow. Get a frag, bomb goes down as even follow-up kill, and his hands caught in the cookie jar there as JMO finds a player reaching for a gun. And JMO just having a fun time rotating in towards E as he makes it a quad kill on the anti-eco. That's a 6 on the board now for Kaos. But for what the T side invested for that round, they're going to be happy with getting that bomb down. Gonna let them get a juicy bye going into this next one, as all 5 of their players have a full utility belt. An AWP on Flags as he looks to try and go toe-to-toe. Wild for Flower. We saw him get the best of him in that earlier B duel, in that 1 versus 4. A chance at revenge. Could happen, but maybe not, as Jackson, the point man, over at this A ramp. Takes 1 with them to the grave. As actually Mega Geese gets tagged up in the exchange, losing about 50 points of health. And a total switch up from this T side, as they've been very interested in B. And it feels like it's been for good measure as Flags able to peek in and find another CT pushing up towards A. I've seen a little bit of struggles from RedLiners converting these man advantages. As long as Kaos has players alive, the round's definitely not done and dusted. Trying to plant this bomb, but the utility usage from the CT side so good, and JMO able to disrupt, gets in front of him, as now the bomb dropped for him. These T's, they've got to retrieve it. And Pause trying to come up, finds a low HP player of JMO as he just can't put anything else together. But he's really disrupted this T side. Bomb down as they do look to plant it, but Pat, like a thorn in their side, coming up, takes down Pause. And Karza, he's just got to stick it, and Pat able to come through and get another, pushing through the smoke. Karza, he gets it as Wild for Flower, looking to redeem himself for the last 1v1. Can't quite get it done as Karza able to out-angle him from the low ground. Jeez, absolute nail biter. Another clutch going the way of a team. One player surviving at the end of the round, as it just doesn't get any closer than this. And Kaos definitely gonna be kicking their feet there as they let that one fumble away. But still, 6-5 here as they are in the lead. Getting stages of this half. Pat, nice first drag as Wild for Flower, able to avenge him too. This B setup going 2 for the price of 1. As Kaos look to close out one final round. No third man for the T side to try and gun down Wild for Flower. He's able to get out with his 45 points of health with relative ease. But it's still a little bit of a guessing game. Sure, they got these starting 2 frags. The CT side has no clue at where their opponents are trying to go, and Flags is going to signal that, hey, we're headed towards A. Kill onto Mega Keys, jump spotting over towards the bottom of the ramp, and a scramble towards the site. Jackson, the first on the scene, playing on the gap of the smoke as trying to find an angle, but none there. Here's these players exiting towards short as he does ring out a few warning shots. The flank man, Wild for Flower, is going to be taken down, but JMO does trade him. 1v1 where, oh my god, Flags, a great flick up to silence Jackson. And tied up 6-6. Both teams just exchanging the lead multiple times through those starting 12 rounds. As realistically, anybody's game as they swap. Let's take a look at the scoreboard, shall we? Oh wow, JMO 16-6. He has been fragging out silently, I feel like, as he's been the top performer. Flags and Pat tied at 10 apiece. It's the only other 2 players above 10 kills each. Enough focus on what's finished. The T side now for Kaos. A lot of utility being invested into as they have quite a bit. Trying to set up for an A execute as Pat sends out some warning shots to the CT. He tucks tails and runs. This is going to give them all that room that they wanted to use this utility. All top towards sandbag, a smoke wall in towards site, double HE, a head stack, and look at that, go Shadow. Airstrike out of this one. Great little pistol strat coming through. At the start of the season, this is when you bring out your good ones. And Kaos really showing a masterclass as they take this A-bomb site. They've got to hold it though. Sure, they've got this man advantage. The CT's gonna go for this retake, and Jackson up for the task. 2 kills over towards short as Live Life. Yeah, he gets 1 back, but I just don't think it's gonna be enough here as Flags left in an impossible 1v4. And how many times have I said that tonight? Flags just never in the right location. It's not even that, actually. Feels like he's doing a good job of just surviving in general. And it shows on the scoreboard as he was the top performer for his team. And he even finds 2 kills before that round ends, which means he gets an extra $600 in his pockets for his antics there. As that will be certainly helpful as his team goes for a second round force buy. And Kaos, they're 2 for 2 on their pistol rounds. But if we think back to the last half, the second round RedLiners forced into it. They were able to take the momentum immediately away. As Kaos has to be very cautious not to let this happen once again. Desert Eagles across the board, followed by one FAMAS flags with that extra cash that I was referring to. As he is the only man with a rifle for his team. Slowly but surely, Kaos is feeling out this A ramp. I think there's a boost from these CTs. There is, but the timing is just going to be random here from flags. You see him just popping up and down. So even if this T side clears him, it's like 50-50 on if they're even going to see him coming up and down like this. And the round pretty much just balancing on a beam here. Smoke spotted his flags, knows what's coming, gets a kill out of it, but with JMO and Meggy, he's getting two. It might not be enough. Flags, another kill, but tagged up greatly. Able to slip towards headshot as Pat misses that opportunity. Take him down. Loud for Flower, finding a full HP player, spamming towards that location as flags. Sure, he put up a magnificent double. It's just not enough, as these three players are able to trap him in and finish him off. Another on the board here for Kaos. And realistically, the only reason that first half was so back and forth the way that it was because of RedLiners picking up the second round. And with them not really pulling it across the line there. In this second half, it leads me to believe that Kaos are on pace here just to run away with the remainder of this game. We'll see if that is going to be the story here tonight. Can RedLiners dig deep and fight back later on? Mega Geese is getting himself some ecos underneath B. Two for him as flags gets in the corner, tucks away, but doesn't fool Mega Geese as he makes it a three-piece. JMO another is, even in the last second here, the bomb gets planted before the round ends, meaning that Kaos gets $800 extra per player. A small little attention to detail there. So on top of 5 players surviving, extra cash obtained, a 3-for-3 start, as it truly just doesn't get better than this point. And whoa, Jackson, family friendly, what's going on here? The rifles coming out on the CT side as they look to put their foot down. But in order to keep the hopes and dreams alive of this game, they've got to win this one. Mad dash in towards B. Pause. He's taking down the first player. Jackson does trade it out. Karza able to get one and a second as reload coming through as Wildflower trading. Oh my god, what a back and forth one has now. A 2 versus 2 as the dust settles. JMO almost loses his life. Still gets his Molotov across as this bomb is going to be planted eventually. JMO a big first and a bigger second as he makes it a 3K. And Kaos, sure they go down a man or two early, but it doesn't matter as they're able just to turn it back. And with that victory, double digits achieved. As what can RedLiners do on their CT side? Absolutely stumped. As 0 rounds so far for them in this second half. And a deco, 5 Desert Eagles, 2 HEs, and a defuse kit. Someone's gonna have to hit some banger shots in order for the CT side to win it. Just a little bit of defaulting going on. As feeling out towards a ramp, JMO will creep his way in towards the front side of mid. Doesn't really see anything. As Kaos, no real in goal in sight quite yet. Feels like this round's in slow motion as the CT is just playing the waiting game. That's just about all they can do, these 5 Desert Eagles. 60 seconds on the clock, in towards B. These T's go, pause, full blind, hitting shots. Tagged up as Pat still. Look at that frag, Jackson. For him as JMO's lurk comes to life. A kill in towards mid as Go Shadow, the last player, does peek in. Find a low HP player up Pat. But we're kind of past the point where damage is going to affect Kaos. Yeah, it's cool and all that you got that one frag. But they are steamrolling you in the second half. 5 for 5. As Kaos tries to end it perfectly. Knocking on match point here. As thankfully for the CT side, they have their 3rd full buy of the second half. AWP once more from flags. As he takes it towards mid. Has to leave his pose. Mega Geese is pushing in towards B. Loses the head-to-head against Pause. It's a man advantage now for the CT side. And it feels like RedLiners may have some sort of intel. They're trying to hit A. A heavy stack over towards this bomb site as 3, really 4 of their 5 players are over towards it. Live life for good measure. Does find Wild for Flower. Last 3 players gonna go for a last ditch attempt in. Pat gets a double. As that gives him the sight. Punching in the digits. JMO says, good work. This has become doable. And surely another man advantage doesn't go awry here for RedLiners. And a risky maneuver as they go for a stack. And over the smoke as the first player spotted out, but now it's very obvious that both are here. Crab walking forward, JMO takes down 1, but can't take down the second. And Pause, gonna keep the hopes and dreams alive for RedLiners. They do get the defuse across the board. A lot of damage put together from Kaos. That was a 3 versus 5 where they didn't even have that bomb site. But off the heroic double, they're able to make their way in, do damage, and secure that extra bomb plant cache. As Kaos just looks to try once again. I don't believe we've seen Wild for Flower pull an AWP out on the T side. First time he looks to contest deep towards A. Doesn't quite see anything as JMO has been heavily grenaded. 24 points of damage as he still is confidently clearing these angles. And Car's tucked away in this little pop-up spot. But it's not even going to have to be called to action as Flags does find him with his AWP. Try and get something going. Pat's gonna be boosted up deep over towards the B stairs. Flags, he's already left mid and head towards this bomb site. Flashbang back as they know the AWP's here. Pause though. He's gonna pop out, gets 1 kill, and is staying alive. Traded out after his Pat. Does take him out, but his Flags have an absolute field day here. 3 frags from him. That's Karza just to clean up. And oh boy, 2 in a row here from the CT side. Have they figured out the magic formula that they require? It's looked certainly pretty strong these last couple, but Kaos, they've just got to realize that they've still got the massive advantage here, up by 3. And another rebuy from them. This is pretty much all that they've got in the tank. If the CT side can win 3 in a row, they will bust the economy of Kaos. And a change of tempo as they charge towards A. Live Life is going to take down Jackson immediately. Feels like these first bloods heavily favoring RedLiners. That has been a key part of them winning these last two. But with Pat getting a kill back, the man advantage shrivels up. That's a 4 versus 4. Live for Life, though, is not done fragging. Finds another kill over on this A bomb site. And Kaos gonna respect him as they rotate out and head towards B. Magic keys. Take contact. Default. Gets responded. With the Molotov. Mega keys. One and done. That man disadvantage still in effect. 35 seconds as JMO able to take down Pause as Wild for Flower. The bait man over towards double stack, flags, makes his way out, puts his op again into the round with another kill. And a 1 versus 2 with not a lot of time for JMO. Pre-fires into flags, but doesn't hit the immediate headshot. Getting that flags. Just respond by pulling the trigger himself. And another multi from the CT side opper has flags. He's keeping RedLiners quite alive here. And Kaos, Rutro Raggy, they've got to save. This has gotten a little bit more out of hand than they would have liked. Like I was talking about last round, the lead is still there for them. They probably expect to lose this one, then they'll have a bye in the next. Jackson does charge in, gets a kill. We'll let go Shadowzog, putting together 3. This 8 bomb site is not going to be enough to win the round, and flags, the all-seeing eye rotates in. Daily allotted single frag. And ooh, that no scope not far off. As Karza is gonna steal it away from flags. And double digits obtained, 4 consecutive rounds from this CT side. Just as I started to count them out is when they've woken up. And of course, it's got to stay competitive. The first half, 6-6. Or it seems like we might need a full 24 or even more here to decide the victor. What do Kaos do here to adjust to their opponents? I guess it's make some noise underneath A. As they walk back in towards mid. 4 players kind of grouping up with one another. And with JMO underneath B. This kind of smells like a B split. Barza calls for a flashbang. Swings in and spots out 3 players. Takes down 1. The Grave with them. It does stay equal. The B split still happening. Diving in. Pause. Good for 1. But Jackson, pivotal trade back. Makes his way in towards the bomb site. Plants it as now a positional advantage for Kaos. These 3 CTs have to get in there and defuse it. Another Molotov still on the platter of this T side. And JMO find use from it. Just keeping his gun out, but time starting to tick away. These CTs have to get these kills, and with Jackson finding the right moment to peek out, that's not gonna be happening. Sure, it's been a bumpy road up to this point, but Kaos is gonna be the first team to make it on to match point. 2 chances here to end this in regulation. As Kaos, in order to avoid OT, just have to close one of these 2 remainders out. RedLiners been pretty streaky though. If they can pick up this round, I would say they've got a chance to make us into OT. Will they have enough time to compose from that last slot. There's Kaos. He's gonna nail in the coffin. Seems like a similar play. Has noise being made underneath A. What does RedLiners make of this? Are they now a little bit wary of a B split? I know I would be. Out of the last 5 rounds, the one T-strat that worked was a B split. It's kind of starting off the same way here. The meta game's coming through. But I don't think RedLiners really overthinking it too hard. They peek over towards A, and actually they are gonna rotate to B. Mega Geese, he's baiting, and he sells it as he gets a frag onto flags. And that's been that heavy hitter for the CT side, taken out early. And up towards A, as what a strategy here in the possible final round. Mega Geese on the lurk, gets the B bomb site, and heads towards A. Now lurking behind enemy lines. Ghost Shadow knows it, but just hasn't quite found him. Not expecting this one. Actually flicks over, almost takes him out. Live Life set up off the damage to stop him there. So Jackson taking down another, and Wild for Flower knows where he's at, takes him down as a 13-10 victory over from Kaos, as they're going to start off their season with a W. And what a banger, an absolute nail-biter of a match. Those first 12 rounds pretty much just trading with one another as they end it 6-6 there. But though Kaos gets a lead in the second half, and they hold it over their opponent's head to bring it across the finish line. But GG's to both teams. That's a very competitive showing from either one of them. But with that being said, I think that's going to be all from us here tonight. And I hope you guys enjoyed that match here. Until next time, peace guys.